Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Week. I'm Jude Richards and welcome to all of this week's sports news from around the county. The Winchester University men's hockey team have begun their season with a mixed bag of results. Torren Budd reports live with the captain of the team to see how they approach the rest of the campaign.
The University of Winchester men's hockey team have reached a break in their season, and we're lucky enough today to be joined by captain Sam Nash. Thank you for taking the time out today to join us, Sam. First of all, my first question for you would be, how would you rate the season so far out of 10?
First of all, thank you for having me. So this season so far has been a bit of a bumpy road so far. Pre-season was fantastic, but coming into the season we were facing harsher and harsher oppositions. Solidly right now, I'd give it a good strong 7. Plenty of work left to be done, but I have to give it to the boys, the shifts in, the dedications in. At the moment, I couldn't ask for much more.
So you had a great start to the season, as you say, pre-season flying high, and in that first couple of fixtures there was definitely a lot of positives. A couple of tough results the last couple of games. Where do you think it's gone wrong, and have you had time to figure it out in training?
I do tend to take everything back to the drawing board. It's important to reflect on the fixtures, both the wins and the losses. We focus on, when coming into training, we have an understanding. We have a chance to diagnose the problems in the squad, whether this be individual players and how they're taking on the challenges, or it's more of a tactical problem. But through those means and methods, we tend to diagnose our problems quite well.
I've only got one final question for you then, and it's a bit of a difficult one. If you could pick one player, or maybe a couple players if necessary, to be your captain's player of the year so far, who would it be?
That's challenging. It's a very challenging question. I have a good few boys in mind. Obviously, we have our top goal scorer, Chris Townend, who is absolutely flying them in. However, we've got lots of different positions. We've definitely got Toby at the back. But overall, I'd have to go at the moment Chris Townend. He's putting those goals in. He's doing a shift in multiple positions on the pitch.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for stopping by, and we look forward to getting back to the action when it resumes again in a couple of weeks' time.
Can't wait.
Basingstoke Town women travelled to Liphook on the weekend, with Nathan Cookson's side looking to continue their unbeaten run on the road after a 3-week break. I was there to see how they got on. Nathan Cookson's Basingstoke Town women's side continued their excellent form on the road this campaign, as they beat 4th place Liphook United 4-0 on Sunday. After 3 weeks without a game, you could excuse Basingstoke for having an off day. However, the Stokes were in goal-scoring mood from the off, with well-taken early goals from Beth Lowe and Kate Randell inside 30 minutes, putting the game beyond the host's reach already. But it was a wonderful goal by Shannon King that was the pick of the bunch, coming onto the ball and striking into the corner from 30 yards out to put Cookson's side 3-0 up by the interval. They picked up where they left off after the break, and after a couple of missed chances, Kate Randell bagged her second in the match, rounding off an excellent performance.
I thought it was a very good game from us, to be fair. I think we played well as a team, moved the ball around, stayed calm. I think it was one of our better performances of the season, to be honest.
Finding the player of the match was very hard to do today. A lot of positives to take. We played the ball really well.
We all know football is a fast-paced and intense sport, but not for all. Those who are past their prime and becoming more and more involved in walking football. Taylor Sinclair has a look at how this up-and-coming sport can benefit older footballers physically, mentally and socially.
Walking football is one of the fastest growing sports in the UK, with over 1,000 active sessions and clubs across England, Scotland and Wales. It's a complex game with many rules that need to be followed in order to get involved.
3 touches, so you're allowed to control it, a touch to move, and next one's a pass. Walking is a main one. Ball's not allowed to, well, it's called head height, but it depends on the size of the goal. If the goals are 2-metre goals like we've got today, then it's crossbar height.
The sport, which is important for those in their later life, with the social aspect, a key reason for getting involved.
Usually a lot of Basingstoke go to a coffee centre after every game, and about 15 of them go. Here, because we play in the evening, it's not quite so easy to go afterwards, but we have socials during the calendar year.
Made some good friends for here. As I say, that we have a good social life as well as the keeping fit side of it, you know. Because that's the thing, you either get old and you just don't do anything, or you get out and do something. And I can't go to a gymnasium. I'm fed up with seeing all the hunks in there, so, you know.
Along with the social aspect of the sport, the inclusivity really lets everyone take part.
I think the good thing is we've got lots of different age groups, lots of abilities as well. Hence why we have we go to the league for the better players, but because of the non-better players, this gives them a chance to carry on playing football and enjoying it.
I think it's very important for people of a certain age to get active. We don't. What's I was saying? If we don't stop. We stop playing because we get old, but we get old because we stop playing. George Bernard Shaw or someone. So yeah. So it keeps you fit, keeps you young actually.
Walking football began in 2011 but rose to popularity in 2014 as the public took interest. It's a great sport for all to get involved in. Taylor Sinclair, Winchester News Online.
Winchester RFC first team were in good form coming into this weekend's fixture. Harry Wimon-Jones went down to their Saturday clash to see how they got on.
The Winchester RFC first team came into Saturday's clash in good form. And some impressive work early on from centre partners Will Taylor and Jake Hiscock allowed the latter to get his side their first try of the afternoon. Winchester proved why they were the clear favourites coming into the fixture throughout the first period, and tries from Will Davis, Miles Sampson and another from vice-captain Hiscock meant that they went into the break 29-5 to the good. Winchester proved why they are one of the favourites to get promoted this season, going way out of reach of the visitors with multiple tries in quick succession, while Jack Phillips continued to convert successfully. Miles Sampson was the most frequent scorer for his side on the day, going over the try line on 3 separate occasions. Winchester came out victorious with a 78-5 win, meaning they have triumphed in each of their last 4 league outings.
So they worked tremendously hard, they have all week, and it's to see them on that right edge, especially in the second half, ball in 2 hands, carrying hard. I think their pace was exposed today, but they scored some killer tries, and it's fantastic to watch.
We're not quite where we want to be yet. We're playing really, really well. We've got a really good squad, fantastic unity between our first team, our second team boys pushing for places. We had a slip up against Gosport earlier in the year, and we're pushing on. Promotion is our key aim. We've just got to keep winning.
Up next for Gareth Martin's side is an away visit to Petersfield. Harry Jones, Winchester News Online.
From the field to the ice, the Basingstoke Bison were back in action after their match last week was cancelled. It was an aggressive affair. Kurt Hill was there.
The Basingstoke Bison hosted the Sheffield Steel Dogs this Remembrance weekend, with a minute's silence being observed at face-off. The Steel Dogs got off to the perfect start, with Bissonnette giving them an early lead. However, this game would turn into an ill-tempered affair. Another chance for the Steel Dogs turned into a fight next to the Bison goal, involving Morris and Lebuele. And with more dirty play by the Steel Dogs, that wasn't the only fight this period. The Bison found an equaliser at the start of the second period. Marcel Ballas with the vital goal. The Steel Dogs piled on the pressure, resulting in the next fight between Lebuele and Graham. This positive attacking play from the Steel Dogs results in them regaining the lead through Volcanvos. The next fight broke out after a trip from Lebuele, although this one was more of a brawl, as most of the players on the ice got involved. And then some clumsy defending from the Bison resulted in the last fight of the match, this one leaving blood having to be scraped off the floor. The Bison created more chances in the final period, but ultimately it wasn't meant to be.
I felt that we gifted them 2 goals, we didn't make them work for them. In the offensive zone, we were getting pucks to the net. I know we hit some metal work. On another night they go in. I felt tonight we showed a little bit of what I need to see on a regular basis.
That's all for sport today. Thanks for watching and see you next week.